up, YouTube? How's everybody doing? It's your boy Kent Wayne. Man, I gotta say, it's been a while. It's been a real while, very long that we have not. I have not been able to post any videos. I do apologize for that. I just moved to my new spot in a new state. Had to get myself adjusted. Got to started a new job. But anywho, let's not get into that. Let's talk about the big thing that we've all, fans and non-fans. If you are a fan of this, I know you know where I'm going with this. A lot of us have been waiting for this moment, and that moment was Zack Snyder's Justice League movie. So let's go ahead and begin. So the movie aired on March 17th of 2021 on HBO Max. What can I say? 4 hours long. I was anticipating. I was ready. The moment they announced that movie was coming, I was hyped for it. I was ready to see the ins and the outs of this movie. I wanted to see exactly what we were supposed to be given back in 2017 instead of that garbage of a movie that we saw in theaters. So I'm going to give you my initial review. I hope that a lot of y'all have seen this movie because there are going to be a lot of spoilers in this video that I'm going to be talking about. So the movie begins with, of course, the scene from Batman vs. Superman where Superman died and his death echoed throughout the entire planet, letting the world know that its protector, its savior, has been killed by none other than Doomsday. This also marks the point of we get to see a different version of Steppenwolf. Now, for those who don't know who Steppenwolf was the main antagonist of Justice League. The one that we saw back in 2017, that Steppenwolf, we really didn't understand his motive. But in this version of Steppenwolf, for one, I like his design. It's so shiny, intimidating, not really like a CGI type funny looking character that we saw 3 years ago. But this version of Steppenwolf had a purpose. So throughout this entire movie, it pretty much has to adjust to the death of Superman, that the whole world's trying to adjust that, okay, that Superman is gone. There is no protectors anymore. You have characters like Batman who feels so bad that, that they lost their big top gun. And not only that, Diana, on the other hand, is also adjusting to the new world that she's in as well. For those who haven't seen Wonder Woman, you can see, that she hasn't really been fighting the good fight for as long. She pretty much hid herself for centuries. Now, not saying that, I'm going to just pretend that Wonder Woman 84 has nothing to do with what's going on with the whole Zack Snyder movie continuity. So we're just going to leave that movie aside and focus on the 5 movies that connects towards Justice League, which is going to be Man of Steel, BVS, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and then, of course, Justice League. So the movie starts off with, of course, the death of Superman. Everyone's adjusting. Everyone's trying to, find their place. Secondly, you also have characters like Barry Allen, who we actually got to see a lot more Barry Allen in this movie than we did in the last Justice League movie. We finally get to see how he utilized his powers. We get to see his backstory, trying to jump from one job to another. I mean, this is also where he met Iris West, because we didn't see that in the last movie, but we were able to see Iris West played by Kiersey Clemons, which she is gorgeous. So again, we finally get to see that. We also get to see a lot more of Cyborg in this movie. Again, Cyborg was another character that didn't get a lot of screen time from the last movie. Of course, he was supposed to be the heart of Justice League, but due to what we saw 3 years ago, he hasn't really been showing a lot of, his place on the team. But in this version of Justice League, we finally get to see the relationship of Cyborg and his father. We also get a backstory of how he was before he became Cyborg and how, his connection towards his dad at that time. We also get the glimpse of seeing Victor Stone's mother. We also get to find out about her fate as well and, who Cyborg was way back when. So, of course, in this version, it still plays out the same. We also get introduced to Ryan Choi. Ryan Choi is actually another DC character who's supposed to play the Atom after Ray Palmer. I'm going to get into that in another video in the future. Don't want to get you all sidetracked. So, and again, I had to watch this movie like 3 times just to catch on all of what I missed. For the first time, because I was so excited. Second time, just to catch on the Easter eggs. And third was just to see, okay, let's see where this is all going. So we also get to see that infamous battle with well, before I get into that, we can talk about how the mother box play a big role in this, because the mother box was a key point in Justice League, and also serves a connection towards Darkseid. For those who don't know Darkseid, I'll get to him in a little bit. But yeah, the mother boxes played a key role. It was also we got a hint of a mother box back in Wonder Woman's first movie. If anyone didn't catch that glimpse, the mother box was also stored in a vault that was shown in the first Wonder Woman movie, and also shown again in Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's a cube that pretty much has the ability to teleport from one area to another, a boom tube. It almost looked like the Tesseract from Avengers, where they use it to travel from one area to another. So it kind of, I don't know what's up with cubes and teleporting and transporting, but again, that's superhero logic for you. But when we first see Steppenwolf, he invades the mascara. And this version he looks more intimidating. He's not saying mother. Like that's I look, if you think that the Martha scene from BVS was bad, just hearing Steppenwolf from the Justice League, I'm gonna call it like that, the Justice League, kept saying mother, like all the time, like mother's calling, mother. And I'm like, but seeing this version of Steppenwolf, he's more intimidating. His armor looks a lot more better than what it was previously shown from his character. We've also get to see a different battle going on. We saw how the Amazons defended themselves, trying to stop Steppenwolf from stealing the first mother box, which was hidden on Themyscira. And Steppenwolf is out here slaughtering the Amazonians. They fight for their lives. They tried their best to keep the mother box away from Steppenwolf's hands, but for some odd reason, he was unstoppable. This Steppenwolf was on a goal to get this mother box, and nothing was going to stop him. Not even an army full of Amazonian trained women could stop him. He did all he could to get this mother box. And I mean, it's almost the same scene that played out in the first Justice League movie, but this one was a little bit better. And of course, Wonder Woman's mother, Hippolyta, shot an arrow just to give Diana a warning about about an upcoming war that is happening. So this scene is almost the same, except this time when Wonder Woman finds the arrow, she went into this tomb that pretty much gave her a backstory of what this war was, and what bigger threat is coming to Earth. And this is where we get a glimpse of the Amazons, the Atlanteans, the gods, everyone battling up against this one particular being, which was just Darkseid. So again, I said I was going to speak to you about Darkseid. So, excuse me. So, Diana meets Bruce in the where he was putting together this mighty ship that he was building for all his teammates to fly into. Diana was telling Bruce he was giving Bruce a story about an ancient war that happened years ago. And this is where we get to see Euxis, not Darkseid just yet, but this is Euxis, the younger version of Darkseid, going up against the Atlanteans, the Amazonians, the worlds of men, went up against the gods, and an off-worlder, which was Green Lantern. So this battle that took place was even way better than what we saw from what we saw from the Justice League version of Justice League, because this version we get to see, because if you notice that in the Justice League version, they switched Euxis, aka Darkseid, for Steppenwolf. And Steppenwolf's purpose of conquering Earth never really made no sense, but seeing Darkseid do it was a completely different story, because this version of Darkseid is actually younger, a little bit less experienced, but he also is someone you don't want to mess with. He went up against Zeus, Ares, Athena, Poseidon. That's right. Four gods. Because at this time, this is when, for those who don't know, Poseidon was also featured in the movie Aquaman. So Poseidon was there with his mighty trident that also was joining the battle with the other people. So this battle was very interesting. I like what they were going with that one. It was very well written, and to see that this version of Darkseid, he even killed a Green Lantern, and he was about to get the ring until he was interrupted by, of course, Zeus. Zeus pretty much did the same thing as he did in the Justice League, but this version of Ares almost ended up killing Euxis because, again, this is not Darkseid yet. This is Darkseid. Darkseid before he get the Omega power. So, and I'm gonna do a video on of Darkseid, who he is. But with that being said, this story pretty much gave Bruce an idea that, okay, something big is coming, a threat bigger than what we can anticipate is coming to Earth, and we need to unify and unite these so-called other beings like us to fight the battle. So Batman went to go. He first went to go recruit Aquaman, Arthur Curry, but of course Arthur Curry was being the same as he was in the Justice League version. He didn't want no part of it to join this team. Then after that, Batman went after Barry Allen. He went to go recruit the Flash. Again, that scene played the same way as it did in the Justice League in a way, so I won't talk much about that one. And then Diana went after to go get Cyborg, which this time, this version of Cyborg, he's still trying to understand his mechanical abilities. Because what we saw in the Joss League versus the Snyderverse, we get to see that Cyborg's trying to understand his purpose. Like, he's not who he is anymore. He blames his father for what happened to him, and he also blames his father for not being there to prevent the accident that killed not only him but his mother as well. We also get to see how he could his father was also trying to explain to him what possibilities of what he could do with his abilities. Like, he saw a woman who was struggling financially, and somehow he was able to hack into an ATM machine and pretty much made this woman rich to where she can provide for her kids. So that's something that I can I could say relate to, but that is something that for someone like Cyborg, who pretty much is trying to retain what little bit of humanity he has, was nice enough to pretty much help a single mother with her money problems. And then, of course, Diana shows up and tries to recruit her, but Cyborg at this time feels as, he doesn't belong with them. He doesn't have a place yet, which is why he's supposed to be like the heart of the team. So again, this scene plays out. Batman brought Flash, but Diana wasn't able to recruit Cyborg. And so they went off to go rescue all the scientists that were kidnapped by Steppenwolf. Here, this is where Cyborg joins the fray. Again, the same as it was in the Justice League. They go, do their first battle as a team together. They managed to save all the civilians that were captured. Except that, there's a big tweak that we finally get to see Batman do more than just being the guy behind just getting his tail kicked by a bunch of parademons. He did do some fighting along with Flash. Flash was able to rescue all the people along with Cyborg, because Cyborg was able to rescue his dad before he was about to be killed. And of course, if the same scene played out with the Justice League. I know I'm going so fast with this. It's a lot to pretty much talk about, a 4-hour movie, so I'm gonna keep rushing to it. And here, Aquaman joins out of nowhere, try to stop a flood, and then that's when the team decides to go to the Batcave so they can formulate their next plan. And this is where this played a crucial part. This scene right here played a crucial part that was going to explain what could possibly happen for future sequels to go. So the team meet up in what you would call the Batcave, and they try to discuss how they're going to defeat Steppenwolf and his army. And so they came up with an idea that the Mother Box has the potential to resurrect Superman. Now, this is something that the whole team actually thought of, because they know that they can't win without Superman, because it was once stated that before Superman died, like, no threat was able to conquer Earth. But because that Superman sacrificed himself, his screams went across the globe. It was said that his scream is what awoke the Mother Box. So they, that was when Steppenwolf decided to invade, because there was nobody like Superman out there to stop him, which is why the team felt like the only way they could possibly win is to have Superman on their side. So the whole team agreed to do that. It wasn't just Batman from the Justice League who said that we need to resurrect Superman. It was mainly the whole team that decided that we should resurrect Superman. So they go to the crashed Kryptonian ship that was over by the grave of where Superman monument was, and also his grave. They they took the mother box there. They took the mother box there. I know I jumped way back, but if you're wondering, okay, so there was 3 mother boxes. Steppenwolf was able to steal the second mother box from Atlantis, and this battle played off a lot more different. This Steppenwolf went up against Mira, and Mira could have been a possible threat because she was trying to suck all the water out of Steppenwolf's body, but Steppenwolf was able to prevent that from happening. Then Aquaman showed up out of nowhere and went kind of toe to toe with Steppenwolf, but of course, this was an inexperienced Aquaman who did not have his fighting skills honed. I mean, he could still fight, but just not to a point where he could pretty much be a match towards Steppenwolf underwater. We also get to see William Dafoe as Volko in a different version than what we saw in Aquaman. And then this version of Mera isn't really so pleasant as she was in the first Aquaman movie. So Steppenwolf was able to steal the second mother box, pretty much killed all the Atlanteans. So flashback to what I was saying about the whole team went to the Kryptonian ship to resurrect Superman. Right before they was about to go with the plan, Cyborg had a vision and saw Darkseid. He saw Darkseid invading Earth. He saw Darkseid finding this anti-life equation, which again, I'll explain that in another video. He also saw Superman grieving for the death of someone that he really loved, holding a person that's been burned completely and sobbing, and Darkseid coming out of nowhere holding Superman's, pretty much consoling Superman because he lost someone he truly cared about. We also saw the death of Wonder Woman. We saw the death of Aquaman. It was very brutal. This is what Cyborg had saw when he tried to hack into the Kryptonian ship. He knew that if they brought Superman back, that it would cause some future events to where I'm going to explain to you later. So this is where everyone decided that it wasn't a good idea, where it's like, well, mostly it was Aquaman who did not agree on bringing back Superman. And of course, Batman's like, just do it, just do it, just do it. And then Flash, on the other hand, he couldn't, he was waiting for Victor's word to go and activate the mother box. So, of course, Victor said, oh no, but Barry heard go. So he decided to run as fast, supercharge the mother box so that way he can resurrect Superman. And so the resurrected Superman comes to life, and he's trying to get his mind back together. Like, he's realizing, he's alive, but he's trying to piece together what happened to him, who he is. And, the League come out of nowhere to kind of see if he could remember. And of course, this scene plays a little bit different than it was in the Justice League. I mean, it's mostly the same, except if you watch them, you can tell that there were some things that changed. And then this version, instead of right before Superman confronts Batman, not before, but right when Superman confronts Batman, instead of just slapping him, Superman heat vision him to the car. Superman was about to kill him. And Batman was willing to give himself up just so that Superman can remember who he is. And that's very bold for someone like him. So, and also in this area, and I know I'm going so fast. It's a lot to break down a 4-hour movie. I'm telling you guys, it's a lot to break down a 4-hour movie. So after Lois shows up and pretty much brings Superman back, bring his mind back and realize where he was at, Steppenwolf was able to come to where the mother box was looking for it. And that's when Cyborg's dad stole the box so that way he could try to give the Justice League an idea where he was keeping the other 2 mother boxes at. So, in which, again, this is where Silas Stone, Victor's dad, sacrificed himself, which pretty much hurt Cyborg. So With the resurrected Superman back, the team decided that it was best that we go ahead and just find where all the mother boxes at, find out where Steppenwolf's hideout is, and defeat him once and for all. And of course, the scene played out just the same, except the color in the background. You know, in the Joss League it was orange, and this version is black. So again, the team decided to go. Superman still trying to find his place, and this is where the best part of the scene came. Superman donning the black suit was something we all fans wanted to see, because if anyone that knows about the depth of Superman's storyline, Superman wears his infamous black suit after he came back from the dead. So in this version of Zack Snyder, Superman wears the black suit because he didn't feel like he was ready to wear the red and blue yet. And plus, the black suit is also supposed to absorb a lot of solar radiation faster than his previous red and blue suit. So he dons the black suit, and then you can hear both his real father, Jor-El, and his adoptive father, Jonathan Kent, give him words of wisdom and motivation as a way of bringing back that optimistic Superman that we all know, which I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you when we get to the end. So, the Justice League is fighting off against Steppenwolf and the Parademons. Of course, they managed to somewhat succeed, except while Cyborg was trying to hack into the Mother Box, Flash ended up getting shot in the leg, which delayed the time. And of course, the Mother Box ended up coming together to where it pretty much destroyed everything. Flash sucked up enough of the Speed Force to where he tries to run back in time and prevent the destruction that happened. Which, this is also a good scene again. It's a good scene. He runs back in time to prevent the Mother Box from ever hacking. And this is where we get to see Cyborg finally accepting that he is who he is now. Because he always wanted to be human again, but now he sees that he has a more greater purpose. So he pretty much has to separate the Mother Box. And right before Steppenwolf was about to slice Cyborg in half, Superman comes out of nowhere and Axe hit him on the shoulder, and he said, "I'm not impressed." Way better than what we saw from the Justice League when he said, "Yeah, I'm a big fan of justice." Yeah, that's corny or cheesy, but hey, you try to make an optimistic Superman. So we get to see this version of Superman in the black suit fighting off against Steppenwolf along with the help of the Justice League. And they managed to defeat Steppenwolf. And right before this version of Steppenwolf actually died. Yeah, this version of Steppenwolf died. Very, very brutal. Very, very brutal. And again, it's wow. Yeah, you can actually feel bad for Steppenwolf. Like, all he ever wanted was to go back home and prove his worth, but he had to conquer so many planets in order to come back to Apocalypse. And then after Wonder Woman decapitated Steppenwolf, the Justice League gets a glimpse of Darkseid, knowing that now you know that this world is being protected by Earth's heroes. And this is where Darkseid is like, okay, now we have a bigger threat. We're going to have to mobilize the army so that we can invade Earth. And, the Justice League is all together again. They finally accepted their lives, and then we get a glimpse of Martian Manhunter, who happened to be General Swanwick. He was also in Man of Steel and BVS, and we finally know that he was actually Martian Manhunter this entire time. And he came at the end of the movie saying that, I'm here to join you because there's a war coming and you have me on your side. And then we get a glimpse of that nightmare scene that we saw in BVS, that it was Batman, Cyborg, Flash, Mira, Deathstroke, and now it's the Joker. They've all teamed up to try to reverse this nightmare-ish thing that was caused by Superman and Darkseid. And the movie ended with Superman showing up out of nowhere, about to kill the remaining heroes in the nightmare scene. So again, yeah, that's a long video. I tried to pretty much bring certain things that I wanted to talk about, but again, it's a 4-hour movie, and that's a lot that I have to say. Hopefully, maybe next time when I do a video, I can make it a lot shorter, because this video is long, but I'll try my best to make it shorter, just to hit on the main plots that you all should know. So again, what I say about the movie, 9.5 out of 10. I love it. I love the movie. I might as well say it's a 10 out of 10. I love the movie. It was something I was waiting on. It was something that I really anticipated on seeing. And I hope that Warner Brothers, or better yet, I hope that Zack Snyder can continue making the other two Justice League movies, because I'm really interested to see where they're going to go with this. Like, I'm really interested in seeing where they're going to go with the continuation of this movie. So again, thank you.